Hi, everybody. Welcome to StreamGeeks.
I'm Tess Protesto.
And I'm Paul Richards.
Today is finally the time for us to be back in the office and back to work after our Thanksgiving vacation. How's yours?
Yeah, I was great. How was yours?
Pretty good. Not as good as yours because you were up in the mountains. But we're ready to get things started today.
Yes, very excited for episode 18, where we're going to take you through the budget of how we built this entire studio and office. We're still under budget, under $10,000.
Yes, so there it is. The magic number for our new studio is $10,000, not including a lot of the cameras that we already have. So that's going to be design, lighting, networking solutions, and furniture.
Yeah.
And that's including furniture for outside of the studio. That's our entire office, to be honest. So
some Craigslisting went on for sure.
Yes.
I definitely want to take you guys on a little mobile tour and show you some of the new pieces. It's really a full live streaming studio office, not just in here that we'll take you through here in the studio. But let's get into the feature topic of the week.
Geeks feature topic of the week.
So we've got a little presentation for you guys in a new layout, which I'm excited to show you guys. And Tess put it together, and she called it Building the Geek Den. And
this is officially the Geek Den.
This is officially the Geek Den.
Come one, come all, geeks unite.
This will be super fun. And we basically call it the Geek Den because when this is all done, it's going to be very geeky. Let's just...
Hate to say it, but it's just the truth.
So we've got a presentation that Tess put together on our Google Drive. And we do a lot of Google Driving.
Yeah, we do. It really helps our workflow. But here's the new layout and the presentation that we're going to cover for you guys today.
Yes. So here's the Geek Den there. And so that's actually the picture of the outside of our building. And one of the cool things that I'm so excited about is the fact that it is really a downtown kind of city location.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the picture of we got the first floor. And our magic number was $10,000. So we wanted to be in the studio within 30 days. And we wanted to spend less than $10,000, including all the networking gear, decor, furniture, and appliances.
Step one was to pick the location. We were between an area space in Downingtown, which is about 15 minutes away from Westchester. And then we just sort of decided last minute to go with a more affordable option. Yes, it was cheaper than the Downingtown location,
Yes.
but it's also a 3-year lease, which was important to us as compared to the 5-year lease the other one was, right?
Yes. Yeah. So we were looking at leases. We were looking at square footage.
We're interested in the foot traffic that's going on here, just being in the hustle and bustle and sort of creative light that Westchester has. It's a really cute town.
Yeah, there's a university that we might be able to work with to get some interns for video production.
So even location
like
was
that.
strategic for us.
So we kept track of everything using our Google Sheet. We're a big Google house here. And you can see here that we've got networking equipment, office chairs, dry erase boards.
I'm trying to figure out my bubble here. I'm a little
A
off.
producer desk.
Oh, I need to be closer to him. Continue, sorry.
I think it's going the other way. Oh,
Is it?
there you go. We have a meeting table, conference chairs, a printer, a buffet cabinet, everything you could imagine, including desks for us, like literally everything. Desks, chairs, everything had to be under $10,000.
Yeah, and we answered to our owner and CEO, so we had to keep everything very organized, provide prices and links for each item that we were looking into. So the items changed frequently, but we had one static place to put all of that information and keep track of it so it will be easily accessible and readable for us all. So we all had access to it. Things changed a lot, but you can see some of the numbers on this picture here of what we did end up going with.
Yeah. So Tess kind of designed the look, and it would be fun if we could share the Pinterest, but I'm not sure where it is. But
Yeah,
we
it
used
would be hard to find
Pinterest
this
to
way.
really kind of pin things up on a board and get the layout. And it changed quite a bit, again, throughout the whole process. But we were going for industrial geek.
Geek chic.
Geek chic.
Yeah, so we've done this before, and we did the blue set, and you guys really seemed to respond well to that. So we were thinking of something that was even more targeted Okay, so the Blue Studio was a corporate, modern,
Yes.
cool feel. That was the
Yes.
idea for that. This we want to be a little bit more laid back, fun, and that's where kind of the industrial look comes into
Yeah.
play. So we are still doing brick, but we decided to do red brick this time. A lot of metal, and then we're going to have some geek gear coming. A lot of stuff is still in the mail. You can spot behind us. We still have the Legos. We have some Superman flair. We've got a lot more stuff like that coming. We have shelves that we're going to put up too as well.
So Tess put together all the things that we purchased in a little picture, which I thought came out really well.
I figured let's be as transparent as possible. Just show you guys exactly what we bought. We used Amazon a lot.
Yes.
Amazon is our friend, and Craigslist. We've got a lot of local things.
Yeah, that was fun.
So we got some good finds, some not so good finds, but that was really the secret to our success here in terms of getting
Staying on budget.
the buffet table outside, the conference table. We inherited a lot.
Yeah, so we'll show you guys all that if we have time. We went over all the network equipment last week, so we've got a 24-port PoE switch, which I'm going to talk a little bit about. Someone gave us a really good comment about how we set that up. The Wi-Fi routers, running cabling. Oh my gosh, so much Cat 5e. All of that came in at about $1,700 because we bought the Cat 5e raw. Desks and chairs, we'll show those. Those came out really good. The set decor. Did we spend $2,000 on the set?
No, but that's including we have each of our rooms is supposed to be streaming space. So the front area is a set, which we're going to share a picture with for you guys. And yeah, I mean, with both tables that we used, we had spent $1,000 on a table that we have coming here. The D-shaped tables included in that. These chairs, the wallpaper, everything that you're seeing is included.
So
in
we'll show
decor.
this D-shaped table off, which is I took that idea from the Twit network, Leo Laporte, and he sits around a D-shaped table. It looks awesome, and they talk about products, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, and we even stretched the limits a little bit. We pushed the boundaries on our budget because there's ways to do this that are very similar but cheaper. The wallpaper was what, $150?
Yeah, it was cheap.
And that's a huge part of our look. We paid someone to paint, so that was $900. Save money by painting yourself if that's, find ways to cut corners on that type of thing. Craigslist is a great way to go, but also go to Goodwill to try and find old action figures and little flares for your space.
Yeah, Petra says she loves the red brick look. Mike's asking if we move the solar panels. No, our headquarters still has all the solar panels.
Yeah, we're not as eco-friendly here, unfortunately, because we are renting and, we haven't purchased and we're not able to do solar powering.
But we did spend about another $2,000 on our office furniture, televisions, and then $900 for painting. The only thing that's not in this budget is, I don't know if you guys were watching a past show or on the user group, we moved all of our tech from the old studio here in one day. And none of that, the $5,000 custom PC that we have, which is probably more like $7,000 with all the stuff inside of it, the microphones, the cameras, none of that is included in the $10,000 budget. That's just office.
What about
and
lighting?
Studio.
Lighting now?
Lighting is also separate.
Okay, lighting is also separate.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Christopher says, so studio lights throughout the office.
Yeah, studio lights throughout the office.
At this point, we're using portable setups.
Yes.
They're on tripods, so we haven't permanently installed any studio lights, but the plan is yes. There is a, living room type vibe streaming area that's going up in the front. Paul's going to have a corporate-like streaming space in his office. I'm going to have a little beauty spot in my office, so everybody's got their own space to stream.
This is a wall-mountable light rod that we will be mounting on the lights to the walls in the studio, so we never have to move them because they're taking up a lot of floor space with the tripods right now. But in our personal streaming offices, hopefully we'll get a chance to take you outside the studio today, and we'll show that I have a light LED light bar, and everyone has those at the office, and those basically light your face so that when you're just streaming
I want one of them
computer.
too. So everything that you're seeing in this picture is things that we have purchased, pretty much all of which you don't see yet because we are still installing everything. We're doing as much as we can. as soon as possible. But you will see all of this stuff pictured in future streams. And by the way, those desks we got for $199, they were a Costco find. Head to your Costco now if you want to get them.
We're going to show that off in the show today if we have the time.
We love their electric
that's
standing
a
desks.
steal. Oh my God, that was so good. Yeah, we literally went and bought more because they were so good. So one of the things I want to talk about is conceptualizing the design. This, I don't know, it didn't seem to take you too long to do, Tess, but she went ahead and took a picture of the space with nothing in it and then photoshopped all the things that we wanted to put in it.
You took this picture. This is very jury-rigged and shoddily done, but this was just for Paul to see kind of what my vision was.
Yes.
So this is the end vision goal for this set space. I'm glad you included it, even though it's like so silly looking.
No, you made it, and I think that little tablet. So we've got the whiteboard area, which are already finding is not as whiteboard friendly as we'd like.
The chalk.
It doesn't just come right off.
It's hard to erase.
So we might actually just leave it with a couple nice little permanent murals, and then we've got Tess bought this more of like old school tablet style
pull down for us to write different, whatever the topic is on.
That will be cool.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Let us know in the chat. If some things you see in this picture should go, if some things need to be added, let us know because we're looking for feedback as we're going through this process.
Choosing the paint. So when we first got into this, and if you're getting a office space in a downtown location for $13 a square foot, it's going to be old and it's going to be a little ugly. And this place was vacant for 2 years. Yeah. So Tess and my wife went through and chose some paint colors.
That's Lauren, Paul's wife.
And so the paint, hopefully we'll show you that, but paint can transform a space.
Yeah, it certainly can.
That's the painters putting in the wallpaper. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, so am I. I think it's great for the price.
And then, of course, this is one of the things I just wanted to add. These are all the things that we've done so far. So we've installed whiteboards, video conferencing systems, sound masking. The studio streaming area is still yet to be finished, but it's pretty close. Wi-Fi network. We installed all the networking, ran all the cables, multiple network drops to each room and space, and Wi-Fi router. Signage, and then television monitors, which are still in the process, and then furniture office setup as well. So we've been busy.
Certainly.
So our goals, and we're doing all of this, one is to continue the show without interruption. So I don't know if anyone noticed, but we didn't miss a show.
Yay!
Through the whole process.
Well,
so that was pretty big.
We took off for vacation purposes for PTZ Optics last Wednesday and Friday, but we didn't miss a show due to moving and whatnot. I feel frazzled today. I think it's because we were on vacation last week. And we're still adjusting to this new space. So things might be a little off or a little different, but we're still here because consistency is key. And it's important to show, I think, the less perfect and maintained side of streaming.
And honestly, our last Monday stream was the best quality stream we've ever had with the best lighting ever. And so we're really, moving forward in a good direction. So even though it was kind of not the most perfect, it still worked. The next thing is every 10 episodes, we're going to do a big giveaway. So I'll pull this up. I got it right over here. So we're going to give away, this is for the 20th episode, which is in 2 episodes from now.
You brought them this morning,
4K frame grabber. I got these.
Nice.
So HDMI to USB, 4K ready frame grabber from
I think that'll spice up the spin to wins.
Yes. And we'll put we're going to spice up the spin to win with some more cool stuff too.
Better LED lights to add color to the bricks, Mike Gladys says. What did we do for sound masking?
So for sound masking, we use something called Cambridge Sound Management, and it's good and bad. The good is that you can't hear anyone, around you, and literally there's people upstairs that rent the office upstairs. There's a clinic, a women's clinic, having private conversations next door, and with a white noise coming into our office, we can't hear any of that, and we can't bother each other. The bad is that if we do want to go out there and start live streaming and stuff,
You will
you
hear
don't
it.
want the white noise in the background.
Maybe during the live shows we should turn it down.
Yeah, you can actually schedule it over the network, so we could schedule it to be off
I like that.
during the live shows without even having to worry about it.
Where are the lights from? The light, do we have a link for the light mount? I have it in my email. I can share
Okay.
it in the user group after the show.
Yes, we also
Mike?
have on StreamGeeks.us.
How big is the studio? Sorry.
On StreamGeeks.us, I have it. There's a new tab called Our Equipment, and I'm hoping to add everything there. There's more information about the lights, but I'll put the
Okay,
mount
so
on
in
there.
our equipment on StreamGeeks.us.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's where I want to keep everything, so it's just there on the website for us. So whenever you think of something, just add it in there, and
Okay.
we'll have it.
Do you remember measurements for the studio? Petra was
It's
asking.
about 18 by 18.
Okay. It's
Little
not
less
that
than 20
big.
little less than 20 by 20.
It's about like the size of a room you would have in your house.
Yeah, I mean, if you show this, Mike,
Like a
or this
bedroom
camera, Mike, this
size.
is our wide angle. It'll show it pretty well. And I can even like pick this up and just show.
So as important
Really
as
quick.
it gives the show character. I'm trying to see what else you guys are saying.
There's my.
I have to thank
this
you
is
guys for
new.
the show. It's a great. Oh, Jean, you're the best. Nice bricks.
The bricks look pretty real, in my opinion. So this is our
Petra
wide
says
angle.
it took a while, but my studio has trussing to remove cables from the floor.
Yes.
As I trip so much. We totally feel your pain
Yes.
there.
I feel your pain there for sure.
funny.
I wanted to do trussing. I'm trying to stay away from it just because it's pretty expensive, and we're on a $10,000 budget that we're getting very close to. But two, if we can wall mount everything, the better, in my opinion, because it doesn't take up the floor space.
Yeah, and ceiling space too.
Yeah, and ceiling space. Although trusses are cool. Trust me. If it wasn't, if it was
Trust
less
me.
than, trust me, I would love to have one. So that's our budget presentation for today. And Tess, you have a branding quote of the week?
Yeah, this was actually something we were going to talk about last week, but in the spirit of, for all you Americans out there, Thanksgiving, I stole a quote from good old JFK. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. So that's a ode to Thanksgiving, and it has nothing to do with streaming, but I just kind of liked it for the terms of trying to be thankful for what we have, like
Yeah.
a brand new studio, to reach all of our audience members.
Well, that's always good to do, especially this time of year, of course.
That's
But-
basically JFK saying talk is cheap. To sum that up.
Well, and we do a lot of talking here, so we should definitely be grateful for what we have here, because it took a long time for us to get here, and now here we are, and we're not in a New York studio or anything, but we are doing our best with what we have. And I
Yeah,
think
it's about making it happen,
yeah,
with what you have, even if it's a Logitech C9 webcam.
yeah. C9.
Is that what it
I heard of
is?
that one. Just messing with. So we have a new topic today, and I'm going to let Mike roll the video for it before I announce what this is.
This is funny.
Because this is a new segment that I'm really excited about, and it's very, we need to have it on this show. Yes.
We haven't even told our producer that it's just there in our
And now
input
it's
somewhere.
time
Find
to
it.
fact check something Paul and or Tess said last week.
All right, so this is a segment that needs to be here, the fact-checking segment. Basically, the reason why this is here is not to necessarily say that we're just going to say things that aren't true, but a lot of times through the comments and because of the nature of, so you guys send us great comments that make things more clear even to us as we're going through all of this stuff, but also because of the nature of what we're talking about being bleeding edge, testing new things, a lot of times that things change in the technology world quite quickly. So what I wanted to share is 2 episodes ago, we talked about Facebook Workplace. And we showed how you can actually live stream copywritten material without getting a copyright strike the way you would on normal Facebook Live.
Okay.
And I was kind of fact-checked by Bill Mullen, the CEO of Starin, and he said, Paul, just because Facebook's not stopping you doesn't mean it's illegal. So the terms in which Facebook Workplace is being used obviously doesn't
mean it's legal.
Yeah, it
Is that
doesn't
what
mean
he
it's
said?
legal. It's like, for example, think of it this way. So Facebook Live is like the world of live streaming. It's the real world. Facebook Workplace is like inside a store.
Right.
So just because you're inside a store doesn't mean the law doesn't apply to you anymore.
It's a question of ethics at that
It
point.
becomes a question of ethics. It's still illegal. You shouldn't be live streaming other people's copywritten content. But because Gene Greenwood was having an issue where he was getting flagged by the actual artists who wrote the songs, that was like a solution for him.
If it's your own original content, or if you are Lady Gaga, it's a solution for Lady Gaga.
So if you're broadcasting to thousands of your employees copywritten material, that is illegal, and you could get in trouble for it. So that's our fact check of the week.
To test our alternative facts. It's kind of good to be checked sometimes because, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah. So that gets us
peep
our
into the
fact check. Tessa's going to peep into the chat, and we have yet another new segment.
Good evening, Andreas. Close camera.
And now it's time to highlight an interesting comment from one of our viewers.
Okay, so another new segment this week is going to be the interesting comment or viewer comment of the week. So again, this really has a lot to do with the comments that you guys are giving us. Here's an interesting one that came from LinkedIn, actually, because I wrote an article about our network, and I got a little tech corrected, if you will, and I'm just going to read this off. So basically, this is about our network setup that we had here, and I was showing a very kind of crude drawing that Matt Davis made for me to explain what the network is. And he said you should really separate the production workflow from the normal network. It appears everything bottlenecks into a single managed switch, and while it's possible to give priority to video service ports, you are still splitting the gig-E top speed by sharing it with lower priority functions, the output of which is limited to 1 gig-E port, so all devices needing that output will have to share it. A better option would be to separate your production network from your work network and simply add a few workstations that need the video production control functions to both networks by adding a separate network adapter to those devices, which we could do. You could then use remote control software on those machines from anywhere else in the facility without eating up any bandwidth needed for video streaming and production. So thank you for that. I actually forgot to write down who that was, but you know who you are on LinkedIn. I'm going to write people's names down next time for this segment. That is an incredibly intelligent comment, and when we get these incredibly intelligent comments, we're going to be highlighting them on our show. What he's talking about is having a dedicated network specifically for video production. The way our network is set up, everything is on one, right? Your computer, my computer, Mike's computer, the streaming computer, the sound masking, the Alexas, the Wi-Fi, it's all on one system. Now we do have QoS, which is quality of service, which allows us to set up, give the streaming software priority over the other devices. But still, the absolute best way would be to have a separate network for your video production and a network for your computers and stuff like that. That was the plan when we were back at our old office, because we had 100 computers and I would say not thousands, but hundreds of other devices, everything sharing the same network. And they were actually suffering when we were streaming, they were saying.
Right.
We're streaming multiple Facebook and YouTube. Now they can't do their work. So in any normal office or real organization, you really should split off all the video production stuff to one network and everything else to the other. Because we're such a small office, we haven't done that. We are using QoS, which is quality of service, to use separate VLANs and technology like that. But very interesting viewer comment, so I appreciate that. I have forgotten to bring in the tech tool this week, and I really want to, so I'm going to go grab it, Tess.
I don't know what it is. Or is this updated?
It's the category cable end checker, and I have to grab it for this show, so I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, I'll take a peep in the chat while Paul runs to his office and grab that. Let's see what you guys are saying in here. It's kind of cool to be able to just hold my cell phone and see what you guys are talking about. Ted is in New Orleans watching from Daisy Duke's restaurant. Ted, I'm a little jealous about that. Let's add that one to the queue. Jason says, when you add NDI into the mix, separating the networks will be even more important. Yeah, that's definitely important. But though we're in different offices now, so how can we be on the same network? Does that make sense to you, Mike? Yeah, I don't understand that. Explain that to me. We need a diagram for that, Dan says. Hey, NWBC Live. Howard Jones, yeah, but you're not trying to violate someone's copyright. You want to not get shut down for unwitting background music. That's a good, that's still a solution, the Facebook Workplace, for unwanted background music.
Yeah.
And you're back.
I'm back with the Super Tech Tool of the Week.
And now it's time for the Super Tool of the Week.
Now here's a tech tool that I'm extremely excited to share because I did not know this existed, and it is super cool, and I'll explain why we used it and what it does. So this is called the Klein Tools Land Scout Junior. And what this allows you to do is plug in an Ethernet cable anywhere on your network. So it could be on a switch. And then there is a secondary piece, which I have lost, by the way. We have to find it because it's Robert's.
Gosh.
I've lost it. But basically, you put this on one side, and then you have a little piece that you put on the anywhere on your network, and you click the button.
This is what you were using the other day.
And it hits test, and it says, right now it says open. But, so that means basically, there's nothing on the other end. But if it has the piece on the other end, it will say pass. So what we needed to do, and this totally goes into the viewer comment of the week, is that we needed to go to our 24-port gigabit switch and label which device was plugged into each place, right? So Tessa's computer, my computer, PTZ Optics camera, all the different printers, devices, all the network devices needed to be labeled so that we could do our quality of service in our ubiquity management software. And you really should label each cable of Cat5 when you run it, and then you should just know which one's plugged into which. Although I will have to say that some of our Ethernet cables were plugged into the wall with a wall plate, and we had lost that information. So I had to use this to plug into a wall plate, check to see which is which, and then write them all down. And now I have all 24 ports of our first Ubiquity switch labeled and managed and quality of service set up, all thanks to this Klein Tool Land Scout Junior.
And the QVC commercial.
So that's not sponsored by Klein
It's not.
Tools.
You actually like it.
But it's just a piece of technology that we use here, and it came into play.
Christopher says, "Oh my gosh, you didn't know about that tool?"
Yeah, right. I didn't know. No, I had no idea, and I've already lost the little end to it. So.
Jason says those are essential for testing Ethernet runs when terminating cable yourself.
Yes, and especially for testing, exactly right. So if you don't know if the cable that you terminated yourself is working, that's a great way to set that up. So thank you, Robert, who let me borrow that for the show and use it here, and it worked out really well.
And we promise that we will find your missing piece.
Yes, we'll find it, or we'll buy you a new one.
He's going to drive me crazy with the things that he's lost for this building. The reason there's no shelves is because somebody lost the hardware for them.
Now, Tess, I'm going to let you take this next one, which is the random tech fact of the week.
I don't know anything about this.
We'll let Michael play the clip, and then you can read it, and you'll be all right.
And now it's time for our random tech fact of the week.
All right, I'll take this one, Tess. I was just kidding. Tess is now getting scared. So another. This is not really a fact check, but I kind of was, using some words. 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. I was kind of throwing those around because our new Ubiquity Wi-Fi system does 5 gigahertz or 2.5 gigahertz.
Okay.
The difference being, and 2.4 is what we're used to, 2.4 gigahertz, not only is it so popular and there's so many low-end 2.4 gigahertz spectrums out there, they can get crowded and it can actually degrade the signal, especially in busy cities and places where there's a lot of Wi-Fi access. So sometimes you can't even find your own Wi-Fi router because there's so many of them, and maybe you don't have the most powerful one. So 2.4, it goes further, but it has slower speeds, and it suffers from degradation in areas where there's a lot of Wi-Fi.
Interesting.
Now, 5 gigahertz is a newer technology, not as many people using it, so it bursts through. It has a shorter range, but it's much faster. So that's the random tech fact of the week.
That pretty much wraps it up for us today. I think it's time to spin the wheel for a
It's
lucky
time to spin the wheel.
giveaway
Now,
winner.
let's not forget that we have to spin the wheel for
Yuta.
Yuta.
Are you here?
I'm hoping Yuta's here.
Yuta
And
won
then-
last week. We can still spin for him. Everybody in the chat will
Yes.
have to vouch for us for what he won.
All right, that sounds good. So let's spin for Yuta before we even spin for the other wheel, so we don't get anything confused.
Okay.
So we're gonna spin the wheel for Yuta.
Paul has to walk today because of my wardrobe malfunction. If you missed out on that, check out the live stream from earlier today in the user group.
Okay, so here is our wheel. I'm going to spin this for Yuta. He wins an IP joystick no matter what, but this is going to be for in case he wins a free camera.
One second.
And we're going to zoom the camera in. This show's going to be a lot smoother once we have all of our presets and everything set up properly, but there we go. Okay. So I'm guessing he'll take the IP joystick. So now we're going to pull up Gleam, and we've got a new winner. So we've got another winner. And Tess, feel free to pull up some comments as you were going along here. Tess has the new
Almost
vMix
dropped.
social here, so we can pull up our comments at any time and show them.
Yeah, but the
On
overlay
screen.
has to be on, right?
No, you can if you hit the send button, it should automatically go up.
It's not.
It's not? Okay. Then let me just check something real quick. I'll check this one box. Yep, go ahead there, and then hit
Adding
this
all
vMix
of your
social if you go all the way to the
awesome
bottom.
I'm
All the- just go all the way to the bottom real quick.
Oh, okay.
Comments
Just put the mouse
to
at the bottom of
our
the screen,
vMix
just all
social
the way
queue.
down.
Okay.
And hit that,
Wait, right here?
and then hit automatically trigger overlay.
Trigger over here?
There, that's it.
That's it?
Don't close it.
Waiting
No.
for
Alright, scroll to the top here.
Paul. Bum, bum, bum.
Yep, and then hit winners.
Oh, we can sound bar. Sorry.
Winners, and then go to the bottom there and just pull up our old shot with both of us in it.
Boom.
The
Does
wheel
that
needs
work?
its own
Yes.
lighting.
Yes. There
Mike,
There we
good
go.
comment. The wheel needs its own lighting.
Yes.
I dig
Oh,
that.
it does. That's a good point.
All
We
right.
might be able to wall mount the wheel.
Yeah, that's it. That's a really interesting
can do-
idea.
All right, Mike's gonna draw a winner. Here we go.
Remember, you must be present in the chat
Yes.
and claim your
To claim
prize
your
there.
prize. John Coney. And now, one of the
John
cool
Coney.
things I'm so excited about is that if you see, barely can see this on my phone, but we can see YouTube and Facebook all in one platform here. So,
I still
Oh.
prefer my laptop.
Emmanuel from Facebook is telling us that the volume of our intros are too loud.
Yes, we have a problem with that.
I
We
thought we
are
turned them down.
things are in development right now for us at the new space. We normally adjust the volume of those
New
clips
studio,
before we
new
start.
more studios, more problems. But
Yeah.
yeah, I thought we turned them down. I really did.
Is it all intros?
We got 99
yeah.
problems, but our cameras ain't one.
So try that
Crickets?
again, Tess. Try launching a. Just hit the send button on one of these and see if it comes up.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Yay!
The wheel needs its own lighting from Mike Lotta. So I love these little chats.
I know, they're perfect.
There's no title on it. We'll fix that later. But John Coney, we're waiting for him to come by, and we'll give him about 60 seconds or so. We're gonna take you on a. When we wrap the show up, we'll wrap the show up, and then we'll go on a little wireless studio tour to show them, because we do have another studio.
Yes, in the process. It's different. It's definitely a different feel, but
It's different. And what we'll do for that test is we'll turn these mics off.
okay.
And Mike, when you go on your wireless NDI cam,
We'll
we'll
use the
actually
cell
use
phone.
that audio and see if it works, which I think it should.
Not
so.
seeing any new comments.
All right, I guess we'll have to go to our next draw. We'll draw another winner here. We're gonna draw another winner, and there we go. It's actually at the bottom right, under status. Yep. See, it says winner there.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. And then repick win. So yeah, vMix Social is coming through strong for us.
I can't read it from
Jess Roth from Silver Springs, Maryland. Congratulations. Just let us know if you're here in the chat. Ryan Falk is saying, pick me. I'm going to send it to him to the...
I'd like to pull up the stream.
Boom! Zoom.
to make sure.
Pick me.
Yuta just answered my question, so I'm worried that there's severe lag right now.
Yuta's here. Well, congratulations, Yuta. You won an IP joystick, which will ship to you when you're here in New York.
But Paul, that was like a couple minutes ago that we spun for him, and that just came through. So I'm a little worried. Paul, do you still do donations for adoptions with likes?
Yes, we do. So we slowed down on it because of the studio move and everything, but we are going to be pairing up with the Crime Victims of Chester County, but we're also accepting other charitable areas as well, other charitable locations. But there is a place right next door to us here at our new office that helps people who are victims of crimes, and they're actually going to come into the studio hopefully each week and tell us, why we're donating to them, what they're doing with the money, and hopefully, and really have a live person in the studio here to talk about the donation. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's going to be a great opportunity to pair up with a
because we have an opportunity
good
to do that,
organization,
and we want to. So I'm glad that you check out the backlighting on test. Now that's how you do it. Looks good. Yay! Okay,
so we're searching for Jess Roth, correct? Is that the name that we said? Jess Roth, are you here? Let us know in the chat so we can spin for you.
Yeah, see that shot looks good, Des.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking good. Tess is going to be having a makeup streaming area soon, which I will be using for makeup as well.
We are going to be applying makeup to Paul.
That will be fun.
It's time.
It's time, apparently. But I don't even know.
We're going to cover makeup looks for broadcast and, on camera stuff. And that's going to allow me to have better makeup for the show, too. Because I'm always like halfway through the day makeup. We'll have to do each other's makeup before the show starts.
Oh, definitely.
All right, let's respin. I'm not seeing Jess in the chat.
So we'll respin. I love being able to pick the comment that shows up. This is awesome.
I know.
While we're spinning,
we never showed those pictures.
Quickly mention. Oh yeah, we have some pictures to show.
Yeah, well, if we're gonna take them out, then we can just use the wireless.
Nick White.
Nick White, are you here?
Makeup for all, says Christopher. The other thing that I wanted to mention, since we have time, we're waiting for Mike here. A couple things coming down the pipeline before the end of the year. One is live streaming with telescopes using the Z-Cam. We mentioned that a little bit in the pre-show, but I'll pull this camera over here. This camera right here, this is our Z-Cam variable lens. Look how close you can get to that camera while it's in focus.
Cute, Paul. Really cute.
No, I won't do that. But it's SDI, RTSP, PoE, all the good stuff. And this camera fits a standard telescope.
That would be, Christopher, this is funny. I want to do this.
So,
look, you can look at the confidence monitor.
Oh my gosh, look at that. That show would be Paul doing Tessa's makeup. Oh,
that's
scary.
That's funny. That would be hilarious,
That is scary. So we're
trying to
do
a cat eye on me.
We're going to do, I talked about the giveaway on episode 20. What else do we have planned before the end of the year? I want to do a holiday show.
Yes.
But I want to do a holiday show before the holidays because I want to create a holiday package with an intro, outro, lower third, all the different things that we give it away. So people who are planning holiday shows,
tell us if you like that. Give us some ideas for the wheel within reason. They can't all be like 20x camera, Z cam, variable. No, but yeah, we are looking for some creative ideas.
So we have that coming up, the NDI announcement coming up for PTZ Optics.
First says I look too shiny.
I have a really cool new green screen / LED light from Reflect Media that the DVE store is sending us. That actually fits on the 20X Z-Cam and turns the 20X Z-Cam into one of the most advanced green screen chroma key technologies where I'll try to explain this quickly while we're waiting for Jason White, I believe, in the chat. But basically, it takes a grayish sheet and shoots special LED lights at it that makes the camera look like it's green, but it's not really green. And the reason why you'd want to do that is because with regular green screens, and you know this, is that when you light the regular green, it shines back.
Yeah.
And it gets on like the edges of like your
Then you
shirt
look
and
like
everything.
sickly.
And like that way, little bits of you actually end up, being chroma keyed out. With this technology, there is no green shining back because there's no green. And it's like a really high-end green screen technology I'm excited to play with.
We spun for you for last
Yes.
week. It landed on virtual set packs. You have virtual set packs or the IP Gen 1 joystick. Jim says Zcam with NDI.
That is something that's definitely going to happen. It will happen after the firmware for the cameras. That's what we're working on. It's pretty much done. Just waiting on a few, maybe one company you can guess, to help us out with it, and we'll be done. I mean, it's ready to go. And then the Zcams will be coming right after, so that'll be really fun as well. I guess we got to draw again.
Yep. John says, prize idea. How about an all expenses paid trip to StreamGeeks Studio? Interesting.
That's a good question.
John, my preferred departure airport is Edinburgh, Scotland.
I am excited for
Got
an
it,
open
Yuta.
house. Oh, that was on our list. Open house.
Yes.
We're gonna have an open house coming up soon.
Did we
Michael
read you?
Childers.
Yes.
Michael Childers from Knox, Indiana.
Michael Childers? Is that what it says?
Yeah, from Knox, Indiana. So we'll see you there. There's gonna be an open house here. So we're gonna have a big open house. We're kind
Empty
of
your piggy banks and come
Yes.
visit us.
We'd love to see you. It's a really cool little town.
Promise you'll have a good time in Westchester.
Yeah,
We'll have to
a good
take
time.
everyone out or something.
Yeah, it'd be like open house / open bar.
Bar crawl? No, just kidding.
There is a bar across the street we could talk to about getting a special group discount or something.
All right, now here we are just waiting.
We're literally just waiting. There's not.
What should we do? Every once in a while this happens
Like,
where we
you don't
draw
like
and we draw and they're not here.
Jesse
Oh, Jesse Watt.
just bought the
Oh no, that was Jesse Roth. That was from, okay, thank you.
Jesse
for correcting
Wack
me.
just bought a Zcam. Will there be an NDI firmware upgrade? Yes, there will be. It's just going to take a little longer than the. In fact, go ahead and some of the stuff is still coming out. So yes, there will be an upgrade for the Zcams to be NDI. So that's good news. The exact release date on that is going to be early 2018, but after the PTZ cameras are fully implemented. So that's good. So that is going to happen. And they're already power over Ethernet, so that helps them with their single cable installation option. Which will
All
be really
right, let's draw
fun.
again.
Let's draw again. Sorry for all the drawing, guys. Maybe we need to make it a little bit more clear that you must be live on that little thumbnail. Like, must
Yeah.
be watching live in order to claim. I don't know. Maybe
What
it
does that
wasn't.
say?
James Angie.
James
Wire
Angie.
the bar beside the office for future episodes. Ooh.
Interesting.
1 minute countdown. Yeah, we used to have a 1 minute countdown timer for
Will
the
NDI on the
draw.
Zcam embed the line-in audio?
Yes, it does include audio.
Are we picking winners from StreamGeeks, Gleam, or PTZ Optics? StreamGeeks.
It should be the StreamGeeks one, right?
Hopefully.
Has to be. Does it say SG? Oh gosh. Okay, go back to go to competitions.
Things are
Oh,
definitely a
shit.
little
We're pulling them from the wrong one. Go to
frazzle
it was in the
dazzled
finish.
around
Go
here
there.
at this point.
All right, we're pulling them from the wrong one. It's okay. Go to winners.
Spotlight Studios.
there.
And thank you for noticing
Because it
that.
had already finished when we. So that was in the finish. line.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God, we were drawing from the wrong one.
From
So
the
no
wrong
wonder.
giveaway. We give away too much stuff, so we're getting
You won.
confused.
Yuda, you won again.
What?
All right, so Yuda, since you already won a joystick, we're going to go ahead and draw. We'll spin again for Yuda. So Yuda gets another spin
Okay.
because the spin's getting
Everyone's
crazy
gonna be
and
mad.
Spinning's getting insane, and then we're going to take you guys on an office tour. So here we go. One more spin. For those of you guys listening on the podcast, this is basically a wheel of fortune that has a bunch of video production stuff. All right, Chat Connect Pro. We're going to change these with other things. We haven't got around to it yet. I'm sorry. Yuda, you win the joystick. Let's run the credits, and then we're going to take you guys on a studio tour to show you our new studio in the front of the building.
Looks when they asked about what page they were pulling winners from.
Everybody gets a camera now.
Everybody gets a camera now. I wish. If I could, I would.
Okay.
All right. We were drawing for the wrong giveaway, but it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah,
we would have given
It's
it
true.
if we drew from the PTZ Optics.
Yes, we would have.
No. We're pulling stuff together in the new space.
Yeah, we've got a little list. We're checking it twice. It's the holidays.
Tech in the City, Honolulu. Hi, James,
We're gonna
Angie.
find out who's
James,
Lonnie and
Angie here.
nice. James,
Is it-
Angie's
it's
here.
alright.
Okay, well,
What?
just pops right up.
What pops
There we
right
go.
up?
Now is the audio enabled? We actually want the audio this time. And we're going to turn the
I really
mics.
got
We're going
to
to turn
use
these
the loo.
off.
All right.
There we go.
Okay, you getting audio from that?
I don't know how, but I turned it on.
All right, yep, it's on. Okay, so we're getting the audio from the mobile, so now we can go ahead and go mobile. And I think we can actually go outside with that.
Remember, I have to be behind you guys.
Oh yes, that's right.
Oh, yes, okay, good. Tesla Smart. Okay, there we go. Just keep an eye on the chat. And
I'll just be the chatter.
come on in for our little studio tour. Now, I'm going to turn the sound masking off because it's probably going to be annoying. This is Michael's office. I want to
You
show...
can turn the light on.
Should I go turn the sound masking off real quick?
As he turns the sound masking off. All right, that should be better now.
Okay, so let's go into Tessa's office. So the first thing I want to show... oh, gosh.
It's a little messy.
Here you guys are here watching live. I'll turn this down a little bit. Pause that. So this is Tessa's office. This is the cool thing. This was $199 for a stand-up electric desk with this. So, whoa, Tessa, buck knife? Really? All right, I shouldn't be showing you inside the desk. I'm sorry. That's not...
You can never be too prepared, and you've been opening a lot of boxes and stuff. You. Oh my god.
So this is the printer area. This is like our small stock of PTZ Optics and live streaming gear. Over here, this is our conferencing table. It's a little bit of a mess, but we do have video conferencing, video full audio, whiteboard, stuff like that. You guys saw the network, but in case you missed last episode, I'll just show. This is the network area.
Loves the simple look of Mike's office.
Here's
It
the
just calls them.
router, all that stuff. Also, show this wall. This whole wall we painted. So just imagine this place was drab.
And we're
cream.
making it fab.
We're making it fab. This is, yeah, it was drab to fab.
$199 for the stand-up desk. Correct, Christopher. That's
Yeah.
Costco's desk, and I have to look up the brand for you guys.
This wall was completely painted as well. This is a mess, but you can see that it's been a little bit, it's been a little painted and made nice. And then we'll take them to the new studio. So, and this was the light I was talking about. So this light here, I'm not sure if it's plugged in. Let's see if it's plugged in. Oh, it's not turned on. But this has a little dimmer switch, and I guess it's not on. What the heck? I don't have it plugged in yet, but This is like the personal light for when we're streaming from our desks. Then finally, and Alexa, turn on the lobby light. We
Okay.
picked up these things. These things are a little strange. They're for lighting entire like front yards and stuff, but I don't know. Just a wall accent light. This is the
Huddle
new
cam
studio.
in the conference room.
Huddle cam in the conference room, where it should be.
Right where it belongs.
So we painted all of this. This is the idea for this. We're gonna buy, and I think my wife already purchased, basically huge StreamGeeks letters here. It's gonna say StreamGeeks. I think it's gonna have to be low because we want it to be in the shot.
Yeah.
So Tess and I will sit here. So that's essentially the shot that Mike's showing you. So that's the
I
shot.
want to see that.
I think when we're sitting down, it will be fairly eye level. So here's the tech setup
It'll be
idea.
zoomed in too, so you won't be able to see where the wall cuts off.
What we may do is one of two things. We may either basically, and I'm glad we're getting this footage because I've never actually been in this set to see what it looks like. Why don't you sit down, Tess? This is essentially what, and we might actually do a whole segment here. We might do a pre-show here.
Shout out to these coasters.
We might. It should be easy enough with the way you can see that. Can you show that network cable over there in the ceiling? So we've got one there, and then one behind you, and so with the networking, it should be easy enough for you, Mike, to maybe play a 30-second video clip or something, or like 30 seconds later or something, and then Tess and I, we literally run up here.
I
We're
can
gonna
see
have
it all now.
XLR inputs here because our wireless doesn't work all the way over here unless we can figure something else out, maybe a repeater. But we could literally go over to here, and all of the inputs over NDI would be available over at the other studio. So seamless switching between multiple studios.
Mm-hmm.
That's the idea. Jinx, no double jinx. All right, so Tess designed all of this.
Gentlemen first.
This is where we're assuming is going to be maybe a secondary video production area that would be a control room for this possibly. Here we've got just Amazon Alexa, but we're going to put 2 more Ethernets here and have a confidence monitor here and a camera here. And that should be enough. We were thinking of maybe putting a computer right here, which I know is kind of what's the word?
Extra?
Extra. I was going to say a little ghetto. I don't know if that's the right word either, but I was thinking about putting another computer here for a little stream. Now we'll take you guys outside because I don't think this should be an issue because we've got a Wi-Fi router right there. And I'll just show you guys Tess's. This is our temporary sign. It should be working right there. And basically, yeah, because we're putting a real sign out here, but for now, that's the downtown street right there. So you can see downtown, and then hopefully that all came out okay. That's the first time we've been outside the building.
It's pretty cool.
With the NDI, apparently that all just worked. And one of the things we did that I think was really smart was use the audio from the mobile phone, not our audio from our Shure mics.
Christopher says, are you going to have a program TV there so you know what's going on?
Yes, so this little mini wall here is going to fit. What did Gene say?
Gene said I would suggest bars for the windows for security.
I know, right?
Emmanuel says,
keep it
can't wait
locked.
for the finish.
We keep it locked, and the one good thing about this
Don't
location
worry, we have buck knives.
is we have a buck knife, and if you look right there, that is the police station. So literally, the police station is right next
Too far
door.
breaking up.
And apparently we're breaking up, so we'll head back into the studio. One thing a lot of people don't know is all PTZ Optics cameras have OnVIF ability to stream directly to a security camera system. So every single streaming camera we have will also have the ability to literally be recorded in a security camera software. So that's fun. So let's turn our light. I don't know how well that came out. Turn our mics back on.
Oh, mine's on.
Yours has been on?
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, I turned the audio
Okay.
has been on.
Oh, and we're going to switch our audio and our cameras, and I want to hear from you guys what that looked like, because I didn't see it, but it looked a little jittery.
Definitely more security, Mike says.
Lost you for a few seconds outside.
Interesting.
Thanks, Jason. So we did lose
Sidewalk
for a
is
few
about
seconds.
As far as you can go.
Okay. Sidewalk. I'll have to look back at that footage. That's what we do here in this show specifically, is mainly testing, so that we know how to push the boundaries. But that's it, guys. So thank you so much for watching the show. Do we have any final questions that we need to...
Checking in the chat right now. I think that we're good.
All right, great. Well, hopefully we'll look forward to seeing you guys. Is the NDI cam still on?
No, it should not be.
Okay. It might have been your microphone that was on,
It was.
but who knows?
It definitely was my microphone. Sorry about that, guys.
There might have, the stream broke up just a little bit on the outside.
Okay.
Jason, I'm excited to get that it was jittery as we walked back into the studio, which is interesting. Maybe once you leave the Wi-Fi area, it has trouble getting back, because NDI is like super smooth, and if it's like any break in the connection, it's like it freaks it out. Anyway, walking a little too fast. I can't remember what the idea was for next. Testing. That's funny. And you put that one up too. So that's fun. And I can't remember what the idea is. So I think the next show is going to be all about the complete NDI office studio. So not just NDI studio, but the NDI office idea of everything being connected. I believe we can pull that off for next week, which may coincide with hopefully a wonderful announcement. If not, we'll do the holiday show next week, because we want to hit the holidays early.
Yes.
And then we're definitely going to end with the year with a holiday show, an NDI office show, a show all about streaming outer space and the stars and astronomy and telescopes. And then if we can squeeze one more show in, I forget what it's going to be, but that's the plan. Broadcasting makeup. Those are the 4 next shows that you're going to see from the StreamGeeks.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Take care.